What's up? So, gonna be a two-part video because I have a lot to say before before I need to go and try and calm down and whatnot. But as I was saying in the last video, we are supposed to be able to trust our law enforcement officers. We are supposed to be able to look to them for protection and for service because that's their job. And I get it. You see that amount of criminal activity, you see the worst of the worst every day, and you get jaded and you get angry. But if you can't control yourself, you shouldn't be on the force. And if there are people above you, if there are people above a guy like that who see that behavior and do nothing about it, then you're guilty too of allowing things like this to happen, allowing someone to get murdered in the streets, and then wearing that badge that says protect and serve. Like, what are we doing here? And then on the other hand, we have rioters who are destroying their own communities, driving up from their own communities to destroy other people's communities, taking people that might have been your allies and might have stood alongside you otherwise and burning their stores and destroying their property because you're angry? No, that's not okay. I saw a video of a man who apparently attempted to defend his store, and he was beaten nearly to death by rioters in the street. And where's the outrage? I've seen, I think, one written story about that. I've seen 2 videos and 1 written story, and nothing. If we truly believe, if hashtag Black Lives Matter is enough and all lives matter goes without saying, then we should be just as outraged about that. They beat this dude nearly to death. That's not okay. We are not being a part of the solution. This isn't even raising awareness at this point. You're just bullying and being destructive. And it's hard for me to believe that any of these people want unity or want love or want things to change. I see so many people doing this stuff and being like, hear me, understand me, I'm angry. It's like, okay, great. Why is your strategy to alienate people? Why is your strategy to destroy things that you claim that you love? And for me, it's so difficult. When I post something controversial and people comment on it, my first reaction is anger. It's like, you don't get to tell me how to be. You don't get to tell me how to live. You don't get to tell me what to believe. And somehow, through the grace of God, many times I have been able to respond in a way that still stands firm on my belief, but is calm and tries to understand what they're saying and what they're asking from me. And I've had some of those conversations, and some of those conversations have gone really well. If you are opposing somebody and you're talking to them and you come at them with gentle firmness, you're like, all right, I have no plans of changing what I believe. I believe that this is truth. But I want to listen to what you have to say. Maybe there are some things in my heart that need to change. Maybe I need to be softer. So I'm going to listen to what you have to say, and I'm going to gently explain to you my position. Sometimes people will allow themselves to be talked down. It doesn't mean that you let go of your position. It doesn't mean you let go of your beliefs. It just means I am going to come down to a civil level with you instead of being up here with you and being aggressive. And when those people respond to my comments, amazing, awesome, that's what I want. I want conversation. I want to build mutual respect with people. But if someone comes at me aggressively and I open the door for them to explain to me why they're angry and explain to me why they believe what they believe and have a civil, gentle debate with me, and they come at me with aggression or they just straight up ignore me, that tells me that you don't really want unity. You don't want reconciliation. You want to be right, and you want to fight with people. And honestly, that's what I see on both sides of this. Nobody wants unity. Nobody wants safety. Nobody wants us to reconcile. We just want to hate each other and fight each other. And so I honestly can't take either side of this argument. I can't, because I look around and so far I haven't seen a single person that I would want to stand by in this fight. The only person so far who has impressed me, who I thought, wow, is my dad. My dad said that he was going to go and peacefully protest, and I thought that was awesome. And it means so much to me that my father is willing to stand up for me as an African American woman. And that's the only person so far in this whole thing that's been going on that I would stand by. Because we have a right to be angry. This was a wrong. Somebody was murdered. But if our response is to just murder and destroy right back, what are we doing? We're not making this issue any better. We're not changing things for the better. We're only creating more division. We're creating more anger. And I can't take either side on this. Like, this is a problem, but it's not just going to take one person or one group of people. It's going to take all of us. And the constant stream of negativity on my feed, it isn't helpful. It isn't bringing me any closer to understanding anybody else. It isn't bringing me any closer to reconciling with anybody else. It's only making me angrier and more jaded and more fearful. And that isn't healthy. And hurt people. So if I'm hurt, I want to step back. And I want to try and just take a deep breath and be like, okay, I need to get right up here. And I need to get right with God before I try to respond to this, before I take any action. I don't know what that action needs to look like, but before I do anything, I need to fix what's going on with my mental state. And right now, like, I've just kind of been on my own. I built really strong bonds in college, and now all those people are gone, and I don't even have kind of the comforting patting of family around anymore. So it's just me and I guess God. And it can really take a toll on you. Like, you still see people sometimes, and that's great, but it takes a toll on you just kind of being with your own thoughts so often. And so I think that maybe I just need to drop off Facebook for a while. I already deleted that off my phone. I'll probably still have IG, but I'm not going to be on it very often. If you message me on there, I'll still see it, but I'm not going to be scrolling. Yeah, I just need to take a break. I need to take a breather and try and get right, because I want to be someone who works towards unity and reconciliation, and I want to be someone who's joyful and spreads positivity at the same time. And right now I can't be that person. I don't want to be a drain on people. I want to be someone who gives other people energy. I want to be like a battery for other people. And so I need to take some time. I need to reevaluate. I need to refocus and rekindle my fire for God. So I'm going to be off for a while. If you really want to chat with me about this stuff, you can hit me up, but I'm not going to be super active. Not going to be a ton of content for a while. So yeah, hit me up if you need to talk, if you're going through something. But yeah, that is how I'm feeling about the situation right now, and I really hope that things can change. But right now I honestly don't have a lot of hope with what I've been watching and the way that people have been responding. So I really hope that some of us can look at that and see that there does need to be a change, but the way that people have been responding is not going to be that change. So thanks for joining me for Messenger Minutes. I know it was a heavy one this week, kind of a two-part special, but I'm hoping to bounce back and really spread some positivity and some light in you guys' lives when I fix up my own brain. So, see you later.